It's baseball season and the playoffs are upon us, so how about a strategy that maybe helps you hit a home run in the game of craps? Casino craps. It might look complicated, but at its core, it's a simple game. Roll the dice, bet on the correct number, and win. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I am a craps fanatic. My job, to teach you the game, to teach you the math and some strategies, and with a little luck, you can color up. Today's strategy is part of my Dice Advice series, and this one was submitted to me, and he likes to call it National League Craps. Why? He says you need to get them on, get them over, and then get them in. Now, I haven't been a big fan of baseball since I was a teenager, but back then, it was American League was all about hitting the long ball, the home runs, and that's how they scored the runs. And the National League was all about getting players on base, moving them over, and then getting them in for the score. And so that's why he calls this the National League. So let me show you how this strategy works out. The first part is to get them on base. And what he does is start with a $30 6 and 8. And he always likes to play the all tall small, just in case for that home run, I guess. So he always plays another $5. So 1 on the low and the high side and $3 for the make 'em all. So $65 total action. So we got them on. Now the next step in National League Baseball is to get them over to the other bases, right? To get them over to second and third base in the scoring positions. So with a hit on the 6 or 8, we're going to get paid $35. And that's enough to get them over to the other bases. So we're going to cover the 5 and 9 for $15 each. That costs $30. And then we can keep $5. The next step is to get them in, right? To get the scores in or to get our money back out. And if we can roll a 6 or 8, that's great. Why? Because we win 35. We ask the dealer to pull down our 5 and 9, and we've got our money in. We've got $65. Remember our initial outlay, $65. So we're rolling risk-free here. Now, if the 6 or 8 doesn't hit, we're going to roll the 5 or 9. Let's say the 5 rolls, we're going to win $21, and we're going to need a second hit to then bring them in. If we hit another 5 or 9, we're going to win $21. Again, pull down the 5 and 9, and we'll have $72. If we happen to roll the 6 or 8, we win $35. Again, we pull down the 5 and 9, and we've got $86. Either way, you set aside your $65 for the next shooter. You have these working risk-free, and then you just try to win the game, right? So get them on, get them over. If you can get the first hit on the 6 or 8, great. You bring them in. If not, you need 2 hits. If you start with the 5 or 9, but again, you bring them in. At this point, when you're running risk-free, the very first thing, if you can get another hit, you win $35. He's just going to collect that, guaranteeing himself a profit. Beyond that, he's going to use the hits to spread across the numbers. So if we can get a hit again, 35, we'll move back to covering that 5 and 9, which will cost us $30. If we can get a hit on the 6 or 8, that'll be enough to cover the 4 and 10. If we roll the 5 or 9, we need 2 hits, right, to get $15 each on the 4 and 10. Once you're spread out to all the numbers, then he just does a simple collect and press. So if the 5 hits, he collects it. If 5 hits again, he would press it. Meanwhile, we got this ATS working for us and, give us a shot. So even if we never spread across the numbers, we're only in the 6 and 8, we should have some fun action hoping for the all tall small. So that's the National League. Let's go ahead and take a look at it with a live roll. All right, we're going to test the strategy with a $600 bankroll. We're not going to make a pass line bet unless we're the shooter. We're going to assume someone else is shooting for this video. All right, so let's go ahead. We want the all tall small going. So we'll throw in the $5 and get the 1, 3, 1 going. And then we'll wait for a point to be established before we bet our 6 and 8. All right, shooter, here we go, coming out. 5. 5 is going to be our point. Mark the 5, and we're going to throw in $60. Dealer, give me the 6 and 8. Now, obviously, we need to see a 6 and 8, so we got them on. Now we need to get them over. Here we go, 6 or 8 shooter. No, quick 7, just like that, $65. Well, you need a bankroll, right? Let's a little reset. We'll throw in another $5 to cover these bets. And do I dump the dice? I like to dump the dice, simulate a new shooter. Here we go, new shooter coming out. Dice off the table. Can I get that one? Yes. I'm using the same die here. Here we go. Okay, build a wall, right? All right, I know I wasted 4 seconds of your life. All right, 3 craps. Still need a point. 10, we're gonna be out on the 10. So throw in 60, dealer, give me a $30, 6 and 8. And here we go. Need that 6 and 8 to get started. There's the 8, there we go. So 30 will pay 35. Dealer, give me a $15, 5 and 9. Got them on, now we got them over. Now we need to get them in, get our money back. So 1 hit on the 6 or 8, or 2 hits on the 5 and 9. 8, love it. 30 is going to pay 35. Dealer, pull down that 5 and 9. We got our money back. Now for this shooter, we're running risk-free. So first thing we're going to do is collect, and then we're going to spread out on the numbers. We collect first just to guarantee that profit, he says. There's a 3. We already got the 3. There's a 10 point hit. So the puck will go off. Our bets are off temporarily. Let's get a new point established. We're out on the 9. Mark the 9, and I'll pick up a number for all tall small. So looking for that 6 or 8. 4 the hard way, 4 hard. There's a 9, another point hit. Puck will go off for a moment. Coming out, 6, easy 6. If only we knew, we would have had our bets working. All right, but we can mark that. All right, shooting for that 6 or 8 shooter. There's a 9. Eight, easy 8. 30 is going to pay 35. Remember the first one we're collecting, so we're making sure we got some profit, $30 profit, because each shooter costs essentially 60 bucks or 65. There's a 9. I know this relies on a lot of 6 or 8s, but those are the most probable numbers to roll. All right, there it is, 35. So dealer, give me a $15, 5 and 9. Rack another 5. That was the point, so the puck's going to go off. And here we go. Same shooter coming out. We're out on the 9. And we got more dice combos working for us. 6, easy 6. It's going to 30. It's going to pay 35. We're going to collect 5. Dealer, cover my 4 and 10. I need some more red here. For 15 each. This is a $15 table. Now we've got all the box numbers covered. From here, we're going to collect and then press whatever's hit. Meanwhile, we need, we got 4 numbers missing now. Here we go. What is this? Oh yeah, just put that in my rack. Dice off the table. I can't reach that one, so I'm gonna grab a new one. There's a 5. Hey. Just need aces now. All right, 15 is going to pay 21. First time we collect. Second time we'll press on the 5. And nothing's going to happen. There's the 7. So we made some money on the shooter. Puck will go off. These are going to reset. I'm going to throw $5 in to go back up on this bet. And we're going to have a new shooter. All right, here we go. 5, we're out on the 5. Go ahead and mark that up. Let's throw in our 6 and 8. All right, we need to roll one of those to get started. There's the 8. Isn't she great? Mark that before I forget it. So 35, dealer, give me a $15, 5 and 9. So we got them on, we got them over. Next step is to get them in. Get our money back. Not gonna happen, that rolls a 7. Down they come. Puck will go off. And I'll throw in $5, get back up on the all tall small. New shooter. Coming out. Here we go. 9 point will be 9. Let's mark the 9. And dealer, give me $30, 6 and 8. 10, easy 10. Number to mark. But we need 6 and 8 to win some money. 10, easy. And 7, womp womp womp. All right, who's the 60? Puck will go off. The game will reset here, the little side game. Going to throw in $5 to get our bets back up. And here we go, shooter. 8, we're out on the 8. Point's going to be 8. Mark that. And we'll throw in 60. All right, let's see what happens. 4, easy 4. It's not one of our numbers. We're looking for the 6 or 8, but I can at least mark it for the all tall small. 10 the hard way, 10 hard. And 7 out. All right. Got to roll those 6 or 8s. But I think you get the drift of the strategy. So these will come down. Let's go ahead and count it up there and see where we stand. We started with 600. I think one shooter we won a little bit of money. But the game's about playing all tall small and hopefully getting out as quick as you can. All right, 1, 2, 300. We're down 325, 350, 75, 400, 415, $416. Let's go ahead and graph this out in dicer.io. Now it's going to be a little different because he hasn't instituted the all tall small yet. So the number is a little higher here at 441 because we didn't lose money like we did in our live roll. Let's go ahead and compare it against our standards. 3-point Molly, Dolly, and the Hedgehog. And this is comparing against today's rolls and see what that looks like. And they all ended up pretty close to breaking even. Today's strategy was the worst of it. And the other ones were right around break even, although the 3-point Molly at one point was up quite a bit, 3-point Dolly was down quite a bit, but they all finished up right about even. Let's go ahead and simulate this with a random number generated 10 shooters. See what happens. Things are all over the place. This time the 3-point Molly was the winner. It was up just a little bit, $50 or so. The Dolly lost a little bit, and the National League lost a little bit, with the Hedgehog, the most conservative, supposedly, strategy, coming in less. Let's go ahead and run it one more time and see what happens. This time it was a don't winner. The 3-point Dolly finished up a little over $100, with the National League coming in second, and the 3-point Molly finished up down nearly half its bankroll.